they're going to look just like this. And I'm just going to start, give it a little smack on the table, and you're just going to roll it out, and you want to try and be just as even as possible as you roll. So since you're working on paper, you want to just flip over your clay every so often. I'm just going to keep rolling it, and this clay is super nice, so it's just really easy to roll. And you don't want to make it too thin, but not too thick. A good thickness to think about is about the thickness of your finger. That's what I like to do. So if I kind of put my finger up, just about that, so this is a good thickness. So as long as it's not too thin, then it'll crack really easy, and if it's too thick, it could blow up in the kiln. So we want to keep them nice, good thickness, just about the size of your finger. So, Miss Cindy, do you want to bring me a knife real quick?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so what I'm going to show you guys is I'm going to show you guys how to connect pieces together. So, have you guys ever heard of slipping and scoring?
Yes.
Yeah?
We already talked about this, and it seems like they're pretty good.
It seems like that. So I'll just do a real quick demonstration of how to do that. So I'm just going to cut my piece of clay. Okay, so if I wanted to connect this piece of clay to this slab right here, if I just smushed it together, that wouldn't be good. It would just fall apart in the kiln. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these little scoring tools, which you guys might have seen before, and I am just going to score it a whole bunch, making all these little lines. You see them? So you want to make sure you have lots of those. So I'm just going to go one way, the other way, and then I'm also going to score right on my slab. Okay? So it's almost like creating kind of like Velcro. So all those little lines are just going to kind of Velcro together and stay nice and good. So we just have some water. This will be our slip. So I'm just going to put some water on here, a little bit on here, score it a little bit more because it's super important. And then when you score it, it kind of creates that little mushy little slip. I'm going to press it together nice and good. And even just like that, it's already connected really nicely, but just to be extra sure, I'm going to use my finger and smooth out that crease. And that way, it's like security. Now you know that your clay is set. So that's the most important. So you always have to slip and score. Smooth it out, and there you go. That's how we can connect them. Sound good?
Convenient.
Convenient. Awesome. Okay. And then we're the one last thing. So I'm just going to cut off another little piece in case you guys want to make coils. You guys might remember this from art class.
Yeah, raise your hand if you know how to make coils. No?
I think I might have done
Okay.
it before, but
Okay. Perfect. Then we definitely need to demo it. So I have this piece of clay. So I just kind of squeeze it out with my hand just to kind of create like a little rod. And I'm just going to take my hands and roll it. Pretty even. So back, down one side, the other way. And sometimes you might get like a flat edge. You hear that noise?
yeah.
You hear that? It got a little flat, so I'm just going to take my fingers, kind of bring it back together, and just roll. It can be a little tricky, but after you practice it, it's not so bad. So then I have a long coil. And same thing. So if you want to connect your coil, slipping and scoring. So you have to make sure you score. Anytime you want to put one piece of clay on another piece, you have to slip and score. So that's the most important part. So coil, slabs, and yeah, I think that's about it. Sounds good?
Are there any questions? We will come around and help all of you guys. Are there any initial questions? All right.
Oh, yes.
When it comes out of kiln, this like a little bit. Like it's
Yeah, when it goes in the kiln, all the moisture gets drawn out of the clay, and then your monument will be, your little prototype will be permanent. So it'll stay exactly the way it is. So while it's in this wet form, you can change it, make it look exactly how you want, make it perfect. Goes in the kiln, and then it's like that. Yeah.